Students and parents, welcome to yet another lockdown series. Till now, topics that are covered in our webinar aim to equip you students with all the ammunition required to win every battle in their career. Today, we will discuss about one of the most prestigious career options in life sciences and biology. If we look at current scenario, COVID-19 has shown us the harsh reality that before anything else, we need to upgrade and increase our health infrastructure, not only in India, but globally. Government is allocating budget to grow health industry and will be emphasizing on increased number of seats of medical and pharma colleges. So that we can have more number of doctors and paramedics. To give valuable insight on this topic, here we have with us our very first speaker, Ms. Shivangi Nautiyal. She is a PhD scholar, university topper, awarded with 6 gold medals. She has an overall experience of 4 years, whereby she has given lectures to 11th, 12th biology students, NEET aspirants, BSc students of Gujarat University. Are you one of those students who loves biology but don't want to be a doctor? So today, Shivangi ma'am is going to give you insight about all those career options which are available for you guys. So now I request Shivangi ma'am to take over this virtual dice. Shivangi ma'am, please.
Hello and good evening everyone present here. My name is Shivangi and I'm extremely thankful to Keystone Universe of Education for providing me this opportunity to directly discuss and address the students who are really interested in biology, but somewhere down the line are a little bit confused on how to go about it. And हम सब स्टूडेंट्स कंफ्यूज क्यों हो जाते हैं? बिकॉज ऑफ द सिंपल फैक्ट दैट हम अपने करियर एडवाइस, अपनी करियर गाइडेंस लेते हैं अनइन्फॉर्म्ड लोगों से. I know that if I say this, every student present here would be relating to it. जब भी हम लोगों ने डिसाइड किया होगा that आगे चल के मुझे बायोलॉजी में करियर बनाना है, तो कोई एक ना एक रिलेटिव ऐसा जरूर आया होगा जिसने बोला होगा कि बायोलॉजी इज अ वेरी डिफिकल्ट फील्ड टू गेट इनटू. Now, why are they saying that biology is a very difficult field to get into? Because somewhere down the line they have this misconception in their heads that biology में घुसने का मतलब यही है कि एक ही फील्ड है तुम्हारे पास, that is MBBS. अगर MBBS में एडमिशन नहीं हुआ तो बायोलॉजी में आगे कुछ नहीं रखा हुआ है. टू बी बेटर टू बी ऑन अ सेफर साइड, एक काम करो, मैथ्स ले लो, बिकॉज मैथ्स में कहीं ना किसी कॉलेज में एडमिशन मिल जाएगा. लेकिन अगर बायोलॉजी लोगे और MBBS में एडमिशन नहीं हुआ तो आगे लाइफ में कुछ नहीं कर सकते हो. And I know that all the students who are present here, उन्होंने कहीं ना कहीं अपने किसी ना किसी रिलेटिव, किसी ना किसी नेबर से एक बात 100% सुनी ही होगी. Now you tell me students, क्या किसी uninformed personnel से ऐसी गाइडेंस लेना, career related गाइडेंस लेना सही है? Should we be taking career related advice from a person who has never been associated to scientific field and who was once associated to the scientific field, but अभी के केस में उसका साइंस से नाता छूट चुका है? Let me tell you, dear students, science is going at such a fast pace that अगर हम करियर गाइडेंस ऐसे लोगों से ले रहे हैं जिनका साइंस से कोई नाता नहीं है, एंड वो आपको सुनी सुनाई बातें आके बता रहे हैं, उसके बेसिस पे आप अपना करियर डिसाइड कर रहे हो, I think that is something which is really wrong. So in today's seminar, I'll try to make sure that आपके ये सारे myths and misconceptions ठीक हो सके. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to introduce biology to all of you in a very relatable manner. In a very relatable manner. The reason I'm going to do so is because there are many myths and misconceptions regarding this field of life sciences. Hence today in my presentation, I have panned out a presentation in such a way that हम इसको biology को एक बहुत ही biological form में approach करेंगे, so that it will become easier for us to ask and answer the questions that are relating to this particular field. Now, in order to clear the misconceptions which are surrounding biology, we basically have to address these 4 questions. That is what, who, how, and where. In what, we will be talking about understanding this science. In who, we will be talking about where the people ऑफ दिस पर्टिकुलर बायोलॉजी फील्ड उनके में कौन कौन से टाइप के एट्रीब्यूट्स होने चाहिए, कौन कौन से टाइप के एक्यूमेन होने चाहिए टू परस्यू दिस पर्टिकुलर साइंस. In how we will talk about how many branches and possibilities are available within the ambit of biological science for the students to choose from. अपने आइडियाज के बेसिस पे, अपने इंटरेस्ट के बेसिस पे हम कौन कौन सी ब्रांचेस में से अल्टीमेटली अपना फील्ड सिलेक्ट कर सकते हैं. And ultimately in where we will talk about where is the demand of biology students to apply their knowledge and ultimately build a fruitful career out of it. So let us start now. The first question that I'm going to address is the what. In this what, we will understand the basic definition of biology and the importance of biology before we proceed further with the other question. Now, the thing is that being a biologist, I always consider that biology is a field which is mother of all the rest of the sciences. And the reason I'm saying this is simply because without biology, without a human brain, you cannot expect other sciences to be born. And इसीलिए I like to consider biology as the mother of all the other sciences. Now, though most of us know that biology is a study of life and living organisms, but I feel that somewhere down the line, we fail to understand the real importance of biology in our day-to-day life. कहीं ना कहीं हम उसका real essence miss कर जाते हैं. Why is it so? This is simply because biology is basically a science of living organisms, right? And what are we? We are living organisms who for the survival are eating other kind of living organisms, be it plants, microbes, etc. So biology is that science which is helping us to know everything which is present around us and everything which is present inside of us. So this is a science which helps us in introspection. Another very interesting fact about biology is that it is the only science we are living on a daily basis. It is the only science that we are living on a daily basis unknowingly. Now, why am I saying this, that we are living it unknowingly? Because I know that हम में से कोई भी breathe consciously नहीं करता है. We just breathe, it just happens. हम में से कोई भी lunch या breakfast करने के consciously एक जगह बैठ के food को 2-3 घंटे तक digest नहीं करता है. It just happens. So we are using biology even though we do not know how it works. And I think that should be a reason enough for all of us to consider biology as an extremely important science in today's domain. Now, after knowing biology, the second logical question that pops in our head is whether I, being a student, am right fit to pursue this particular science or not. Because again, I know that some of the students take biology because of a simple fact that उन्हें maths नहीं पसंद है. They have such strong aversion towards maths that उनको science करनी है, लेकिन maths नहीं पसंद, इसलिए उन्होंने biology ले लिया है. And even after taking biology, they are still somewhere down the line confused कि अब ले तो लिया है, but मैं इसमें career बना पाऊंगा आगे चल के या नहीं. So now I'm going to discuss those basic skill sets and those basic attributes which a person must have to pursue this particular field and succeed in this domain. So I want all the students who are present here to make a mental check note of these points in your head. So basically there are 4 attributes. One is investigative nature. The second is research. The third is the analytic bent of mind. And the fourth one is communication skills. Now I'll tell you about all of these in a bit detail. पहले बात करते हैं investigative nature की. Now बहुत साल पहले एक scientist ने एक बहुत ही simple experiment किया था. And वो simple experiment में उसने simply इतना किया that he took a flower to his class. जहाँ पे वो teach करने जाता है, he took a rose flower to that class. And उसने class में table के बीच में जाके वो flower रख दिया. And he called students one by one and asked them to write the first thing that came in their mind after looking at that flower. And उसके बाद उसने आंसर शीट्स कलेक्ट किए and उसने देखा that ultimately उसे 2 टाइप के आंसर्स मिले उसमें से. There was one set of students जिन्होंने फ्लावर को देख के उसकी ब्यूटी डिस्क्राइब करी थी. That is how beautiful the flower is looking and इस रोज के कितने प्यारे प्यारे पेटल्स हैं, देख के कितना अच्छा लग रहा है, it is giving a soothing effect. On the other hand, the second type of answers that he got was that why was the flower looking that beautiful? There were students who were asking these questions like why. And from that experiment, the scientists concluded that human beings have two sets of brains. One set of brain is the type of students who were asking questions like why, and the other set of brain is for the students who are asking questions like who are just telling ki how beautiful the flower is. They are just explaining it to them. So from that he concluded that जो students सिर्फ चीजों को देखकर उसकी beauty को explain करते हैं, those type of students have an artistic bent of mind. Whereas on the other hand, the second set of students who are constantly asking the questions like why, what, how, these are the students who are considered to be having a scientific bent of mind. So the scientific bent of mind is the mind which is constantly asking these questions like why. So in order to pursue biological science, you should have this mental acuity to ask questions and identify the problems around you. Because आप questions नहीं पूछोगे तो आपको day to day problems के बारे में पता नहीं चलेगा. And अगर आपको problems के बारे में पता नहीं चलेगा तो science कभी भी evolve नहीं करेगी, because आप उसको problem को समझोगे नहीं तो उसको solve करने के लिए कभी कुछ नहीं करोगे. So the thing which is extremely important in pursuing biological science is inquisitiveness. आपके अंदर वो जानने की चाह होनी चाहिए, आपके अंदर वो जानने की इच्छा होनी चाहिए. Why? Because किसी ऐसे ही inquisitive mind ने कभी डायबिटीज या कैंसर को एज अ प्रॉब्लम समझा होगा, क्योंकि अगर वो नहीं समझते तो इसका सोल्यूशन हमें कभी नहीं मिलता. So inquisitiveness and investigative nature is the first and the foremost thing which is required. The next thing that is required is the research skills. Now, सबसे पहले हमने problem identify कर ली. After identifying the problem, the next thing that is required is you need to identify the core of the problem. Why? Because again, biology is a very broad science. And if it is a very broad science, हम पूरे के पूरे problem को एक साथ address कर ही नहीं सकते हैं. So we can address one problem at a time. And that means that we need to identify the core of the problem. Now let me explain it to you in a very simple terms, in a very relatable terms. आज के तारीख में हम सब अपने घर में बंद हैं. क्यों बंद हैं हम लोग? Because of this virus which is coronavirus, right? Now अगर आप लोग constantly अपनी knowledge इस चीज में update कर रहे हो, कोरोना वायरस के बारे में पढ़ रहे हो, तो आपने ये जरूर पढ़ा होगा that कोरोना वायरस एक बार किसी को हो जाता है तो it is treatable. इतनी deadly disease नहीं है. Coronavirus is relatively treatable disease as compared to stage 4 brain cancers. एक बार stage 4 brain cancer हो गया तो आदमी मरने ही वाला है. But एक बार coronavirus हो गया, then still there is a high possibility that this person would be treated. So which means with respect to the treatment, it is not that big a threat, because इससे ज़्यादा लोग तो Indian roads पे accident से मर जाते हैं. Instead, the bigger problem is the spread of the disease. Why? Just think. अगर हमारे यहाँ पे हमारी सोसाइटी में एक केस आ जाता है तो हम सब डर जाते हैं. क्यों? बिकॉज हमें पता है कि 1 से 10, 10 से 100, 100 से 1000 होने में टाइम नहीं लगने वाला है. सो येस, कोरोना वायरस इज अ प्रॉब्लम, बट विद इन कोरोना वायरस इट्स स्प्रेड इज अ मेजर प्रॉब्लम. सो अगर हम स्प्रेड को कंटेन कर लेंगे तो हम ट्रीटमेंट ऑन द साइड, ऑन द कॉन्ट्ररी, बिल्ड कर सकते हैं. So this is what I mean by identifying the problem and then to the core of the problem. Now once हमने problem identify कर लिया, हमने उसका core भी identify कर लिया, next we need to address that particular core of the problem. उसके लिए हमें क्या करना है? उसके लिए हमारे पास I for detailing होना चाहिए. I for detailing मतलब कि मुझे अब इस प्रॉब्लम को सॉल्व करने के लिए क्या करना चाहिए, किस टाइप के एक्सपेरिमेंट सेटअप करने चाहिए कि मैं उससे आंसर निकाल सकूं. सो दैट कम्स अंडर रिसर्च बेंट ऑफ माइंड. So once we have discussed inquisitiveness and research, let me now talk about the third attribute, which is the analytic bent of mind. Now a very interesting thing about biology is that it is expression science. बायोलॉजी के केस में कभी भी 1 + 1 is equal to 2 नहीं होगा. कभी कभी होगा, not always. It is an expression science. Now let me tell you why I am saying this again. Why? Because जब भी मैं क्लास लेती हूँ, whenever I'm taking a class, I'm teaching the same topic in the same words to a class of 40 students. But जब भी मैं वो टॉपिक एग्जाम में पूछती हूँ, मुझे उसका आंसर अलग अलग एक्सप्रेशंस में, अलग अलग वर्डिंग्स में मिलता है, which is not the case completely with physics, chemistry or maths. So which means that your way of expressing the same thing for every person is different. Similarly, जब हमने रिसर्च कर लिया, रिसर्च करने के बाद हमारे पास कुछ डेटा सेट्स जनरेट हुए होंगे, हमारे पास कुछ एक्सपेरिमेंटेशन के बाद रिजल्ट्स आया होगा. नाउ रिजल्ट्स आने के बाद हम उस रिजल्ट को अपने अपने पर्सपेक्टिव के बेसिस पे आइडेंटिफाई कर सकते हैं. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, आपने रिजल्ट्स निकाले, रिजल्ट्स निकालने के बाद अब अगर आप उन रिजल्ट्स को किसी कैंसर बायोलॉजिस्ट को दिखाओगे, उसका परसेप्शन टुवर्ड्स दोज रिजल्ट्स अलग होगा, उसका एक्सप्रेशन टुवर्ड्स दोज रिजल्ट्स अलग होगा. अगर वही रिजल्ट्स में जाके किसी न्यूरोबायोलॉजिस्ट को दिखाऊं तो वो उसमें से कुछ अलग चीजें रिजल्ट निकालेगा, and so on and so forth. So depending upon your question, you should be able to interpret the results and come out with the fruitful findings. Because ultimately आपको करना है ये काम कि जो आपने रिजल्ट्स निकाले हैं उसको आप अलग अलग तरीके से एक्सप्रेस कर सकते हो. So ultimately with that, you need to come up with the fruitful findings which is answering your particular question which you are interested in answering. And एक बार आपने fruitful findings निकाल ली, the last thing that comes into picture is communication. क्यों? Because एक बार मेरे पास results आ गए, एक बार मेरे पास experiment का data आ गया है, now I need to publicize it. Now publicizing the data, publicizing your findings, publicizing your results has to be done two ways. It has to be done locally as well as it has to be done globally. And it should be done in such a way that the people who are either belonging to your field and people who do not belong to your field can understand it. In a very simple terms, अगर मैं किसी बच्चे को कैंसर बायोलॉजी में इंटरेस्ट है, मैं उस कैंसर बायोलॉजी वाले बच्चे को बोलूं कि जाओ तुम इस कैंसर बायोलॉजिस्ट के साथ क्वेश्चन आंसर सेशन करो, तो उसके उस केस में क्वेश्चंस अलग होंगे. अगर उसको बोलो कि ये ऑन्को सर्जन है, उसके साथ जाके तुम एक सेशन करो, तो उस केस में उसके क्वेश्चंस अलग होंगे. एंड सिमिलरली अगर मैं उस बच्चे को बोलूंगी कि जाओ कैंसर के बारे में अपने दादा दादी को जाके समझाओ, एट दैट पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम देयर द लेवल ऑफ डिस्कशन इज गोइंग टू बी कंप्लीटली डिफरेंट. सो यू शुड नो कि कौन से साइट में, कौन से पेपर में, किस लेवल पे बात करनी है. सो दैट कम्स अंडर द कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स. सो यू शुड हैव इंक्विजिटिवनेस, रिसर्च एप्टीट्यूड, एनालिटिक बेंट ऑफ माइंड एंड गुड कम्युनिकेटर होना चाहिए आपको. बट आई नो देयर मस्ट बी सम स्टूडेंट्स हियर जो ऐसा सोच रहे होंगे कि यार मैं एनालिसिस स्किल तो है ही नहीं, आई थिंक मैं शायद गुड कम्युनिकेटर नहीं हूँ, तो क्या ये साइंस मेरे लिए नहीं है? नो स्टूडेंट्स, ये साइंस आपके लिए है if you are inquisitive enough. Why? Because inquisitiveness is something which you are inborn with. Rest can easily be acquired. Research skills, analysis, communication आप धीरे धीरे पढ़ पढ़ के सीख जाओगे if you have inquisitiveness within you. So if you are inquisitive enough, then yes, this is the science for you. Now next we are going to talk about how. Now once we are confident enough कि हाँ ये साइंस मैं कर सकता हूँ and this is the science for me, उसके बाद क्वेश्चन आता है how. कि because I'm still confused how to go about it. And the reason why all of us still remain confused about how to go about it is simply because of a major fact that biology is a very, very, very broad science. It has multitude of fields within itself. And because it is such a broad science, हम लोग हमेशा confuse हो जाते हैं कि मुझे कहाँ जाना चाहिए इसके अंदर. Now since it is a very broad field, मैं इसको अलग अलग ways classify कर सकती हूँ. But as all of us who are present here, we are more inclined towards knowing the career related prospects of it. So depending upon that, I can classify biology into two very important terms, that is pure biology and applied biology. Now let me tell you what is the difference between the two. Pure biology is complete fact-based biology. Fact-based biology मतलब ऐसा biology whose foundation has already been laid upon by other scientists, जिसमें पुराने जितने भी साइंटिस्ट थे उन्होंने काम कर करके उसकी नींव रख दी है. Its foundation is already laid. And the knowledge of this particular facts is then used to solve the problems of the contemporary world. Modern world में problems हैं, तो हम knowledge के लिए ये biology use करते हैं. On the other hand, the applied biology is the science which puts into practice the theoretical knowledge of pure biology in discovering the solutions for the modern day problems. So fact based कौन सा है? Pure biology. यूज कौन कर रहा है उन फैक्ट्स को? अप्लाइड बायोलॉजी इज यूजिंग इट. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, फिजिक्स में हम सबको पता है E is equal to mc square. Now E is equal to mc square is a fact. Similarly in chemistry हमें पता है कार्बन की 4 वैलेंसीज होती हैं. That is again a fact. It is not questionable. मैथ्स में हमें पता है that Pythagoras theorem में this is the Pythagoras theorem. It is a fact. So this comes under fact based science. बट इन फैक्ट्स को हम यूज करते हैं टू अल्टीमेटली बिल्ड सबमरीन, स्पेसशिप्स, एयरक्राफ्ट्स एक्सेट्रा. सो दैट कम्स अंडर एन अप्लाइड साइंस. लेट मी गिव यू अ मोर रिलेटेबल एग्जांपल विद रिस्पेक्ट टू बायोलॉजी. नाउ बायोलॉजी में प्योर साइंस है विच इज कॉल्ड माइक्रोबायोलॉजी. नाउ दिस माइक्रोबायोलॉजी इज अ साइंस विच डील्स विद द स्टडी ऑफ माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिजम्स, जो बताते हैं कि माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिजम्स कहाँ मिलते हैं, कैसे फंक्शन करते हैं, उसका क्या एडवांटेज है, क्या डिसएडवांटेज है, एवरीथिंग. एंड ऑल ऑफ अस नो दैट माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिजम्स का बिगेस्ट डिसएडवांटेज ये है दैट दे आर डिजीज कॉजिंग ऑर्गेनिजम्स. सो इफ यूजिंग माइक्रोबायोलॉजी we know how microorganisms are causing diseases, then in its applied science which is immunology, हम इसको यूज करके उस पर्टिकुलर माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिज्म की डिजीज कॉजिंग एबिलिटी को टैकल कर सकते हैं. कैसे टैकल कर सकते हैं? या तो हम इम्यून सिस्टम बूस्ट कर दे ह्यूमन बींग्स का, इस वे में टैकल कर सकते हैं, और या फिर हम उसके अगेंस्ट ड्रग्स बना सकते हैं. सो माइक्रोबायोलॉजी इज अ प्योर ब्रांच. Immunology is using the information given by this pure branch for its own good. Now let me tell you students, आज की डेट में अप्लाइड साइंस का सबसे बड़ा नेसेसिटी इज टू फाइंड द मॉडर्न डे सॉल्यूशंस टू द मॉडर्न डे प्रॉब्लम्स. जरूरी नहीं है कि जिन प्रॉब्लम्स को ऑलरेडी सॉल्यूशन आ चुका है वो ऐसा सॉल्यूशन है जिसको हम दोबारा रिविजिट नहीं कर सकते हैं. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, लेट मी गिव यू वेरी रिलेटेबल एग्जाम्पल. हम सबने सुना होगा कि जब भी डॉग बाइट करता है तो 14 इंजेक्शन लगते हैं, राइट? आज की डेट में इट इज नॉट ट्रू. आज की डेट में अगर डॉग बाइट करता है तो इंस्टेड ऑफ 14 इंजेक्शंस, 1 इंजेक्शन लगता है. सो इट इज अ मॉडर्न डे सॉल्यूशन टू अ प्रॉब्लम. सिमिलरली लेट मी गिव यू सेकंड एग्जांपल. आप सब लोगों ने अपने पेरेंट्स के आर्म पे वैक्सीनेशन मार्क देखा होगा, सबने देखा है, आई नो. तो जब आप उनसे पूछते हो तो वो क्या बोलते हैं? ये मार्क ना टीकाकरण के टाइम पे लगा था. अब टीकाकरण तो हमारा भी हुआ है, हम सब भी तो वैक्सीनेट हुए हैं, हमारे पास वो मार्क है? नो. अगेन मॉडर्न डे सॉल्यूशन टू अ मॉडर्न डे प्रॉब्लम. अनदर वेरी रिलेटेबल एग्जांपल. पहले के केस में, आज से कुछ साल पहले किसी को कैंसर होता था, तो डिपेंडिंग अपॉन द सिवियरिटी ऑफ द कैंसर, अगर कैंसर बहुत ज्यादा सिवियर नहीं है तब भी उसको कॉन्स्टेंटली रेडिएशन थेरेपी के लिए जाना पड़ता था. आज के केस में ऐसा नहीं है. आज के केस में इफ अ पर्सन हैज कैंसर एंड द सिवियरिटी ऑफ द कैंसर इज नॉट वेरी हाई, देन डॉक्टर्स क्या करते हैं? डॉक्टर्स उनको रेडिएशन टैबलेट दे देते हैं. सो रेडिएशन टैबलेट वही काम करता है जो रेडियोथेरेपी करता है. सो अगेन दिस इज द मॉडर्न डे सॉल्यूशन टू अ मॉडर्न डे प्रॉब्लम. So to be more clear about that, let me talk about different branches of pure biology. There are different branches within pure biology. There is anatomy, जहाँ पे हम structural organization देखते हैं organs का. There is physiology, जहाँ पे हम किसी particular organ के function के बारे में बात करते हैं. There is ecology, जहाँ पे हम environment sciences के बारे में पढ़ते हैं. There is taxonomy, जहाँ पे हम classification systems के बारे में पढ़ते हैं. And there is evolution, जहाँ पे हम evolution कैसे चल रहा है, इतने सालों पहले हम कैसे थे, आगे जाने वाले कुछ सालों में हम कैसे हो जाएंगे, उसके बारे में पढ़ते हैं. And let me highlight a very important fact here for all the students. People who have done PhD in anatomy and physiology can act as a lecturer in all the MBBS colleges. They are eligible for lecturer as lecturer in MBBS colleges. So which is again important. जरूरी नहीं है कि MBBS कॉलेज में पढ़ाने के लिए आपको MBBS करनी ही पड़ेगी. अगर आप ऐसे किसी बायोलॉजी के प्योर फील्ड में से भी PhD कर लेते हो तो you are eligible for that. These are just few examples. There are many more examples within pure biology which I'm not touching now. Some of the examples of applied biology involves genetics, which tells us why are we very much similar to our parents and yet very different from them. There is molecular biology, जिसमें हम moleculars base पे study करते हैं. There is immunology, जहाँ पे हमने जैसे अभी discuss किया vaccination, नई दवाइयाँ उनके बारे में बात करते हैं. There is biotechnology, which is an amalgamation of biology and technology together. And there is cancer biology and many more fields. So depending upon your interest, you need to identify which field I want to get into. Whether I want to get into pure biology field or whether I have more inclination towards the applied biology. Now, एक बार आपने ये decide कर लिया कि मेरा inclination कहाँ पे ज़्यादा है, the next question that comes to your mind is where are the job opportunities? Because ultimate aim हमारा वही है, right? We require monetary returns. अगर हम life के इतने साल दे रहे हैं एक चीज को पढ़ने के लिए, we require monetary returns from it. So let me talk about which are the sectors जिनके अंदर jobs available हैं. These are a few sectors that I have listed here. One is agriculture and environment. Environment why? Because हमें पता है आज की condition में environment की क्या हालत है. So आज की condition में सारी बड़ी companies जिनको जहाँ पे भी अपनी industry setup करनी पड़ती हैं, they are hiring environmentalist in their board ताकि government से उनको licensing जल्दी मिले. In addition to that, there are forest rangers, forest officers. उनकी तरह आप job ले सकते हो. If you want to do something bigger, you can also apply to be a member of Global Environment Panel, जो constantly सारे countries का carbon footprint check करते रहते हैं. Agriculture, इस condition में agriculture में कभी भी job की कमी नहीं होने वाली है. Why? Because all of us know that ultimately खाना very important, right? So agriculture basis में कभी भी agriculture sector में कभी भी job की कमी नहीं होगी. The next comes healthcare. Now here yes, MBBS is important, but MBBS is not the only field which is working in healthcare. In addition to MBBS, there are fields like radiology, ultrasonography. There are people who assist infertile couples in infertility clinic. उसके लिए आपको MBBS की हमेशा जरूरत नहीं है. There are people who are doing research in vaccinations. There are some students who जिनको जल्दी पैसे कमाने हैं, जल्दी अपने पैरों पे खड़ा होना है. For them, MLT is a course. They can build their own pathology labs after doing MLT. अगर और कुछ बहुत बड़ा करना है, you can also apply to be member of World Health Organization. So these are the job opportunities in healthcare. The third aspect is academics. Academics के broad दो pillars हैं, that is research and teaching. अगर आपको दूसरों के साथ interact करने में अच्छा लगता है, अगर आपको students को पढ़ाने में अच्छा लगता है, and you are constantly being nagged by the questions like why something is happening, what is going to take place, etc., then research and teaching is the field for you. And in research also, you can do two types of research. You can go for clinical research. You can also go for preclinical research. Clinical research मतलब ऐसी research जो human level पे हो रही है, human beings के level पे. Preclinical research जो हो रही है animal models पे, cell lines पे, etc. So you can go for these fields. In addition to that, there are other fields in technology. Technology and agriculture mostly hand in hand साथ में चलता है. Technology and healthcare hand in hand साथ में चलता है. Why? Because technology के basis पे आप बना सकते हो genetically modified food, genetically modified organisms, seedless grapes जो आज हम खाते हैं, seedless banana जो आज हम खाते हैं. All of this is biotechnology only. How technology and healthcare works together, because it helps us to do certain things like gene therapies, जहाँ पे हम genetic disease को solve कर सकते हैं, genetic disease का treatment निकाल सकते हैं. So there biotechnology comes into picture. There must be some students amongst us जिनको CID देख के थोड़ा criminology में interest आ गया होगा. So for them forensic is the science. जहाँ पे आप क्रिमिनोलॉजी स्टडी कर सकते हो, आप फॉरेंसिक बायोटेक्नोलॉजी स्टडी कर सकते हो, आप साइकोलॉजी स्टडी कर सकते हो, आप साइकोथेरेपी में डिग्री ले सकते हो. देयर आर मेनी फील्ड्स विद इन फॉरेंसिक इटसेल्फ. एंड आज के केस में द बर्डिंग फील्ड इज स्पेस साइंसेस. स्पेस साइंसेस मतलब वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट एस्ट्रोबायोलॉजी. एस्ट्रोबायोलॉजी इज अ फील्ड जो जिसके बाद डायरेक्टली आपको जॉब्स मिलती है इंस्टीट्यूट्स लाइक नासा में. नासा वाले एस्ट्रोबायोलॉजिस्ट क्यों लेते हैं? बिकॉज दे आर कॉन्स्टेंटली आस्किंग दिस क्वेश्चन कि इज देयर एन एक्स्ट्रा टेरेस्ट्रियल लाइफ. सो उसके लिए एस्ट्रोबायोलॉजिस्ट्स आर द वंस व्हिच कम्स इनटू पिक्चर. Not only this, biology goes hand in hand with other fields also. हम में से काफी सारे स्टूडेंट्स ऐसे होंगे जिसको बायोलॉजी भी पसंद है, उसको फिजिक्स भी पसंद है, तो उनके लिए देयर इज अ फील्ड व्हिच इज कॉल्ड बायोफिजिक्स. यू कैन डू बायोफिजिक्स. हम में से काफी सारे ऐसे स्टूडेंट्स होंगे जिन्होंने बायोलॉजी और मैथ्स तो लिया होगा बिकॉज दे वर वेरी कंफ्यूज, उनसे डिसाइड नहीं हो पा रहा है कि मैं क्या लूं, बिकॉज आई एम इंक्लाइंड टुवर्ड्स बोथ द फील्ड्स. So for them, the branch is biostatistics. They can go for biostatistics. There must be students जिनको biology and chemistry में उतना ही interest है. They can go for biochemistry. And there are many more fields for you, like fisheries, marine biology, embryology, everything. All you need to do is you need to find your inclination. You need to be inquisitive enough, and you need to find your inclination towards that field. So I will wrap up my talk with this positive note that we do not learn from experience, we learn from reflection on the experience. Now the reason I'm telling this to you is because of the simple fact that जिन भी students ने जो थोड़ा बहुत भी कंफ्यूज्ड हैं अभी दैट मुझे किस फील्ड में जाना चाहिए, आई एम नॉट वेरी मच अवेयर अबाउट कि अप्लाइड में जाऊं, प्योर में जाऊं, नहीं समझ आ रहा है, उनके लिए मेरा सिर्फ एक एडवाइस है. एंड दैट एडवाइस इज दैट इफ यू डू नॉट नो, इफ यू आर कंफ्यूज्ड एज टू विच फील्ड टू गेट इनटू, ऑलवेज चूज प्योर बायोलॉजी. Why always choose pure biology? Because transitioning yourself from pure to applied biology is much easier than transitioning your way back. So if confused, always use pure biology. But अगर दिमाग में clear है कि क्या करना है, then go for applied sciences. All the best, students. Thanks a lot. Nalini ma'am, over to you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It was lots and lots and lots of information, ma'am. Thank you so much. I hope सब लोगों ने नोट कर लिया होगा. And just in case आप लोगों ने कुछ मिस किया है, or you want to have a one-to-one session with Shivangi ma'am, then you can contact center. We'll arrange a session with any of the parents and the students who wants to get it arranged. Thank you so much, ma'am. Our next speaker is Dr. Sushil Kajal, sir. He has done his doctorate in plant sciences with more than 10 years of teaching experience, and he's also a certified career counselor. So now Sushil sir will give us insight about medical as a career option for biology students. Sir, please. Sir, mic, I guess mic.
Yeah. I'm audible, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Hi, everybody. This is Dr. Sushil Kajal, and see, we are going to talk about medical sciences. We are going to talk about the career in medical sciences, but it does not mean this is the only career which your kid is going to have, or which your kid as an option have. जैसे अभी शिवांगी मैम ने बात की, and बहुत डिटेल में उन्होंने काफी फील्ड्स के बारे में काफी चीजें बताई हैं. So I feel के let your kid decide. It's very important. It's very important. For example, हम लोग ना कई बार डिफाइन करते हैं कि यार हमारी सक्सेस हम लोग कई बार सक्सेस को जो डिफाइन करते हैं, कई बार हम लोग उसको मनी से डिफाइन करते हैं. If you're earning really well, if your kid is earning really well, तो you define के वो is very successful. पर अभी हम लोगों ने देखा सुशांत सिंह राजपूत का केस देखा. He was earning very well, right? He was donating 1 crore, to each and every tragedy occurring in country. असम फ्लड्स के टाइम पे उन्होंने डोनेट किया था, केरला में डोनेट किया उन्होंने, एंड नागालैंड में उन्होंने डोनेट किया हुआ है. So he had lot of money. So but still he was not happy, right? So I think when we are discussing or when we are conducting a seminar or a webinar on the branches of biology which your kid can decide. So it is very important that it is, it's you should keep in mind that your kid has to decide. Okay, your son or your daughter has to decide. Okay, so help her decide or help him decide, but don't decide on their behalf. And many times, we come out with these questions के उनको नहीं पता चलता, छोटे हैं, 11th में है, अभी 10th पास किया, उनको सारे ब्रांचेस के बारे में नहीं पता. तो it's a legitimate question and it's a fair enough question. तो आप go to your career counselor, go to the faculties, teachers, and maybe go to those counselors. I will suggest go to counselors then going to a teacher, because the teacher will again tell you about के देखो यहाँ पे ये बच्चा इसमें गया है, ये अच्छा कर रहा है. नहीं, go to a career counselor or go to somebody who can analyze your kid, who can analyze your daughter and tell के हाँ इसका जो inclination है, इसका inclination साइंस की तरफ है और साइंस में इन ब्रांचेस की तरफ ज्यादा है. So maybe that will help you more. बट हम लोग कई बार भूल जाते हैं कि हम लोग है ना हमारे बच्चों के बेस पे डिसीजन लेना शुरू कर देते हैं, एंड वहां पे हम लोग गलती करते हैं. एंड दैट इज द रीजन के द जनरेशन व्हिच वी आर गेटिंग नाउ इज फार मोर डिप्रेस्ड. व्हाई दे आर डिप्रेस्ड? बिकॉज एक साइड तो हम लोग उनको मूवीज दिखाते हैं जहाँ पे पॉजिटिव थिंकिंग की मूवी दिखाते हैं, और दूसरी साइड हम लोग उन पे थोप रहे हैं जो फील्ड उनको नहीं करना. सो आई विल शेयर अ स्मॉल एक्सपीरियंस. जहाँ पे I was in a college. I worked as assistant professor in a postgraduate college of biotechnology, and in that college, what happened actually, I was given a batch of 30 students, and those 30 students, for example, what was my duty? Every faculty were given 30 students, and our duty was कि वो जो बच्चों का कोई भी प्रॉब्लम आता है, एकेडमिक है या नॉन एकेडमिक है, तो उन बच्चों की प्रॉब्लम सुननी है, सोल्व करनी है. एंड आई एम टेलिंग यू दिस इज द केस एट मास्टर्स लेवल. मैं एमएससी की बात कर रहा हूँ जहाँ पे बच्चे ऑलरेडी 3 साल का बीएससी करके आ चुके हैं और वो अभी फर्स्ट ईयर या सेकंड ईयर मास्टर्स प्रोग्राम में हैं. मैं जब उनके पास बैठा और जब उनसे बात की तो मुझे पता चला उनको बीएससी नहीं करना था, उनको बीएससी करना ही नहीं था. राइट? बिकॉज हमारी सोसाइटी it's like is governed by parents and teachers. Okay, and हमारे यहाँ पे बच्चों के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू को इतनी अहमियत नहीं दी जाती. चेंज हो रही हैं चीजें अभी, तो वो बच्चों को जबरदस्ती भेज दिया गया बिकॉज बायोटेक्नोलॉजी वाज द अपकमिंग फील्ड. सो अरे बायोटेक्नोलॉजी इज अपकमिंग फील्ड, इट इज द हॉट केक. तो सारे बच्चों को बायोटेक्नोलॉजी दिला दिया गया. तो अभी आप देखोगे बायोटेक्नोलॉजी की एक पर्टिकुलर एरिया में यू विल फाइंड 4 to 5 कॉलेजेस ऑफ बायोटेक्नोलॉजी, एंड अभी बच्चे नहीं है उनके पास. जब थे तो 120 एक क्लास में 120 स्टूडेंट्स होते थे, एंड वेरी नेक्स्ट 5-6 years में देन स्टूडेंट्स नहीं है उनके पास. So it's very important to know what your kid want. And this was about parents, and coming to the kids who have to decide. अब ये बहुत important है कि आप जब 11th में हैं अभी, या अपने 10th से निकल के आप अभी 11th में आए हैं, या अभी 11th से निकल के आप 12th में आए हैं, अभी बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है आपका एक डिसाइड करना कि आपको करना क्या है. ओके, अभी इट्स ओके इफ इट इज इफ यू आर कंफ्यूज्ड, इट्स ओके. कंफ्यूजन इज अ गुड थिंग. व्हाई कंफ्यूजन इज अ गुड थिंग? बिकॉज एटलीस्ट आप 4-5 ब्रांचेस के बीच में घूम रहे हैं, आपके दिमाग में कुछ तो ब्रांचेस आ रही हैं. एंड इफ यू आर कंफ्यूज्ड, टॉक टू योर पेरेंट्स, टॉक टू योर टीचर्स, जिनके साथ भी कंफर्टेबल फील होता है आपको, जो लगता है कि हाँ ये मुझे सही सलाह देंगे, आप उनसे बात करिए. ओके, and by the time you complete your 12th, before completing your 12th, decide कि आपको क्या करना है. एक चीज याद रखना, ये स्टूडेंट्स को मैं स्पेशली बोल रहा हूँ, मैं बिकॉज हमेशा मैं स्टूडेंट्स का फेवर करता हूँ. एंड मैं स्टूडेंट्स को ये कहना चाहूंगा, अगर आप डिसाइड नहीं करोगे कि आपको क्या करना है, तो सोसाइटी डिसाइड करेगी आपको क्या करना है. एंड सोसाइटी हो सकता है आपके लिए कुछ अच्छा भी डिसाइड करे, और हो सकता है वो चीज डिसाइड करे which you don't love. So better why not to decide? You have 2 years, right? You have 1 year, right? So make a decision. अगर बस में बैठ गए हैं तो टिकट ले लो ना, कहाँ जाना है. अगर बस में बैठ गए और टिकट नहीं ली तो बस का कंडक्टर तुम्हें जहां मर्जी उतार देगा फिर, राइट? और हो सकता है तुम्हें उस स्टेशन पे नहीं जाना था. ओके, सो I don't remember the university, maybe because Harvard is the most popular university, so I will name that only. And I guess that was the university जिसका मैं अभी केस सुनाने वाला हूँ आप लोगों को. Like management guru, he went to the university and he talks to students and he asked them वो स्टूडेंट्स को पूछता है कि मैनेजमेंट गुरु स्टूडेंट्स से पूछता है कि एवरेस्ट पे चढ़ने के लिए आपको क्या क्या चाहिए. ओके, सो इवन सो दिस इज द क्वेश्चन, एंड मैं ये हर सेमिनार में बोलता हूँ, मेरे हर एक कॉन्फ्रेंसेस में बात करता हूँ मैं इसके बारे में. तो ही आस्क अ सिंपल क्वेश्चन कि एवरेस्ट पे चढ़ने के लिए आपको क्या क्या चाहिए. देन द स्टूडेंट दे आंसर, सर हम लोगों को एक सूट चाहिए, हम लोगों को स्पाइक वाले शूज चाहिए, गोग्स चाहिए, हम लोगों को वी नीड लॉट ऑफ फूड एंड हाइकिंग गियर्स चाहिए हम लोगों को. And he was listening very carefully, he was listening very patiently, and at the end he speaks कि एवरेस्ट पे चढ़ने के लिए मान लो आपके पास ये सब कुछ है, लेकिन एवरेस्ट नहीं है, तो आप इन सारी प्रिपरेशन का, सारे सामान का क्या करोगे. तो एवरेस्ट पे चढ़ने के लिए सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट है कि आपको एवरेस्ट चाहिए. You need an Everest to climb an Everest, right? So if you know you want to climb an Everest, okay, if you know you want to climb an Everest, तो प्रिपरेशन अपने आप हो जाएंगी. But if you don't know what you want to do, तो what you will do actually, आप कार रेसिंग का सामान भी इकट्ठा करके रखेंगे, ओके, आप एवरेस्ट पे क्लाइंबिंग करने के सामान भी इकट्ठा करके रखेंगे, आप पेंटिंग के ब्रश भी खरीद के रखेंगे, राइट, आप स्केट्स भी करके रखेंगे, लेकिन आप किसी में एक्सपर्ट नहीं होंगे. यू विल बी जैक ऑफ ऑल ट्रेड, master of none, and your focus will not be directed to particular one branch जो होना चाहिए. जब आप किसी एक जगह फोकस करते हैं, फॉर एग्जांपल if I ask you to focus on Honda City, if you go outside your home you will see Honda City on road. बाकी सारी कार होंगी, लेकिन जिस दिन आपने फोकस किया होंडा सिटी देखनी है मुझे, आपको सिर्फ होंडा सिटी दिखाई देंगी. और ये नहीं कि सिर्फ आपको होंडा सिटी दिखाई देंगी, आपको होंडा सिटी का स्ट्रक्चर पता चल जाएगा, होंडा सिटी कितने कलर्स में आती है ये उस दिन आपको पता चल जाएगा, आपको होंडा सिटी और बाकी सारी कार में डिफरेंस क्या है ये पता चल जाएगा. बट जिस दिन आपने डिसाइड किया कि मुझे आज होंडा सिटी देखनी है, मुझे होंडा सिटी खरीदनी है, तो आई वांट टू सी दैट कार, लेकिन आपने नहीं देखा, मान लो अगर आपके दिमाग में कोई कार नहीं है, तो रोड साइड पे आपको हर रोज हजारों कार दिखाई देंगी, but you will not have specific detail about any single car. Same thing holds true about your career, right? So what holds true about your career is you need to focus on one thing. If you don't focus on one thing, you will find thousands of branches, but you won't have knowledge about a single college. So it's like important to have a goal, because प्रिपरेशन तुम्हारा सबकॉन्शियस माइंड अपने आप करना शुरू कर देता है उसकी. अगर गोल नहीं है, सबकॉन्शियस माइंड को आपने बताया ही नहीं है कि आपको क्या करना है, 12th के बाद बहुत डिफिकल्ट होने वाला, डिफिकल्ट पोजीशन में रखने वाले आप खुद को. So let's start with some of the branches, because I'm going to talk about if you love, for example, this is if you read this thing, course to pursue after class 12 if you love medicine. This is important. If you love medicine, right? If you want to be in medicine, not because your parents want you to be in medicine, or not because the society want you to be in medicine. If you love medicine, which are the courses there which you have as an option. So जो मैं दिखा रहा हूँ आपको courses, ये कोई priority wise नहीं है, okay, randomly मैंने select करके courses डाले हैं. And if you are interested in medicine, see what excites you. So first and very important course is like MBBS. Everybody want to be a doctor in India, okay, everybody want to be a doctor in India, and everybody want to like have a clinic or work in a hospital. And हम लोग जब मैं छोटा था तब से मैं देख रहा हूँ कि everybody want to be a doctor, but we still don't have treatment for corona. Why? We don't have treatment for COVID-19. Why? Because everybody want to be a doctor, nobody loves MBBS. Okay, so maybe if you love MBBS and if you really want to be into MBBS, someday you will find treatment for HIV, someday you will find cure for HIV, someday you will find cure for upcoming viruses. So this is one field, and if you see the duration of this field, this is 4.5 years, and you have 1 year of internship. Okay, so around it will take 5.5 years. Okay, so it's going to take MBBS is going to take your 5.5 years, and you can choose to do masters afterwards. Okay, you can get specialized. Okay, you can get into, for example, MBBS के बाद आप you can decide to become a gynecologist or orthopedics. Okay, you can choose this thing, and you can work in hospitals. They pay very high. Okay, in hospitals, private hospitals especially, they pay very high to a doctor. And you can have your own clinic, or you can work in somebody's private clinic. or you can work as a general physician. And there are government jobs also. Okay, there are government jobs also. What you need for MBBS is you need a NEET score. You need to score really well in NEET, okay, to get into MBBS. And so this is one which is one of the very popular courses. And second is veterinary. This is something like which is not looked upon very high. But I will tell you, this is one course जिसके बाद अगर आप कभी खाली नहीं बैठेंगे, because we have very few colleges of veterinary in India. Only agriculture universities are allowed to run veterinary courses. And in Gujarat, we have 4 agriculture universities. So you have got 4 colleges, right? So one of the best colleges, for example, of veterinary science, IRI, Indian Agriculture Research Institute, Delhi. Okay, so if you get into veterinary, okay, you can count the number of colleges in India on your fingers. And because the number of colleges are very less, okay, so very less number of students, they come out, okay, and when they come out in less number, the jobs, they are actually like, they all of them, they get jobs. And because it is a professional course, it's a professional course, you can start on your own hospital, you can start your own clinic, okay, so you can have a private practice. So it's like 4 years of course, and you get 6 months of internship to do. You can plan for your master's degree. And many of my friends, who are in veterinary, they didn't do their master's degree, but they're still, doing good. Okay, so MBSc is the master's degree. You can get a specialization. And India में अभी हम लोग जो pet रखने का जो fashion start हो गया है, रिवाज start हो गया है. So I guess this branch is going to be there for very long. Homeopathy is next one, and homeopathy is around 5.5 years with internship. And you are going to study herbology, okay, plant sciences, medicinal plants especially. You can do MD, masters, which is 3 years, and then you can work in medical colleges, research institutes. You can start your own consultancy. Okay, in homeopathy you can start your own consultancy. You can start your own private clinic. And because homeopathic doctors बहुत कम है, और अगर homeopathy, if you do homeopathy and you are really good, the word of mouth in homeopathy spreads like fire. Okay, this there is for example, आपने सुना होगा अपने parents के नाम पे, उससे सुना होगा कि वो homeopathic doctor बहुत अच्छे हैं, right? So जितना ये homeopathy में word of mouth ज़्यादा spread होता है, तो doctors की popularity इसमें बहुत ज़्यादा बढ़ जाती है इसमें homeopathy में, because they are very less in number. Homeopathic doctors are very less in number, okay, and very good doctors are very less in number actually. So if you are really good, you have good brains, and you have done homeopathy with all your heart, so this is a branch for you. Ayurveda, I guess you remember, Patanjali released a drug, okay, जो गवर्नमेंट ने अभी तो बैन कर दिया है, गवर्नमेंट ने अभी उसको फिलहाल रोक लगा दी है उस पे because of some legal issues. But Ayurveda, is like for many years it's upcoming, and it is being popular in not only in India now, US, specific Western countries में भी popular हो रहा है बहुत ज़्यादा. And because बाकी chemicals के इतने side effect हैं, तो आयुर्वेदा का एक ये benefit है कि इसके side effects नहीं है. So Ayurvedic, doctors, if you want to get into BAMS, so it's a 5-year course, and you can work as an Ayurvedic pharmacist, in a drugstore. You can work as, you can work in government hospitals. You can have your own clinic. You can work for pharmaceutical company, because pharmaceutical company, they have R&D department and production department, and they pay very high. Okay, so if you're working for a pharmaceutical company, okay, and you have an Ayurvedic degree, BMS, then they pay really high. And this is again, a branch, which is going to be there, and especially in India, because we have got a very rich heritage of, medicinal plants. So this is going to be there in India. So this is one branch, if you love plants. Optometry is again, a BSc course actually. And what you work is, you work with eyes. For example, optometry is you work with lens. Okay, you work with working of eye, and you work with refractive errors or loss of vision. And after doing your degree, okay, you're hired by hospitals actually. You can be hired by private labs. You can be hired by this one of clinics. Okay, you can you can start your own laboratory. So, or patient shops, for example, they can hire you, and they cannot do surgery or they cannot treat, but they can detect, and they can work on the errors. And public health administration is again very uh, what do you call upcoming field, especially those people who are going out of India. Okay, the one course which they select is public health administration, because once you start this course, once you do your degree in public health and administration, uh, you get a job outside India very easily, in hospitals, in clinics, in what do you call NGOs. Okay, so you can work in hospital, government organization, and NGOs. You can work for them, and this what they actually do. These people, I guess details. Those who are interested, I guess they can contact us for more details in public health and administration, or any particular branch if you want information about. You can contact personally. One more field is occupational. One more another field is occupational therapy. This is a four-year course, and occupational therapy. What they do actually, they work with the family of a patient, and they actually what they do is they fix the aim of the they fix the aim of the subject of the patient, and they work around the hobbies and the day-to-day activities of the patient, and try to heal them. Okay, so you can work as a teacher. You can start your own what do you call institute. You can work in government departments, hospitals, private hospitals especially, and you can work in special schools. For example, there are students. There are schools for kids with special needs. Those people who are mentally retarded, those people who are physically handicapped, and those students which require help. So this is something uh, the occupational therapy comes into picture, and they help these kind of people, right? So this is one field. And physiotherapy, now this is again a very popular course. And physiotherapy, I guess after MBBS and dental, this is one of the very popular courses. And but what we have is we have a lot many colleges of physiotherapy in India now. Every college is opening, and because every college has got a physiotherapy, even private colleges have got physiotherapy courses. So number of students coming out of physiotherapy are very large. But on a positive side, or on a positive note, there are number of courses. For example, sports physiotherapy, right? There are every team, whether it is football, tennis, or cricket, or even at district level, or even at state level, or at national level, every team has got a physio. Okay, so this thing, they have got a physiotherapist. So, and you can specialize. You can specialize in sports physiotherapy, and you can have a good career. You can have your own clinic, and you can work in hospitals, or you can work in private labs. So this is again a good paying option. And last, which I will talk about is radiology. And radiology, they are technicians actually. Basically, they are technicians. It's a BSc course, a 3 years BSc course. And after completing your radiology course, what you get to do is you work with the doctors, and you work you prepare the CT scan report, MRI report. So you work as an MRI technician, you work as CT technologist. Okay, you can work in private clinics, you can work in hospitals. And again, this is a field जिसमें jobs surety होती है, jobs मिल जाती हैं आराम से. So with this field, I'm going to end up here. And if you have any queries, so this is open for discussion. So I will hand over mic to Nalini ma'am. Nalini ma'am.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. So I guess अब उन सब स्टूडेंट्स को जो लव करते हैं बायोलॉजी को, उनको पता होगा कि अब वो किस फील्ड में जाना चाहते हैं. Okay. So now we'll start with the question. One request, please अपने वीडियो ऑन कर लीजिए so that we can have an interactive session. हमारे पास बहुत सारे ही क्वेश्चंस आए हैं, तो we'll start with the first question. This is for Shivangi ma'am. What is the minimum degree required in science to get good paying job, ma'am?
Minimum degree per se depends upon the interest, depends upon where you want to get a job into. But a generalized idea is that higher the degree, more is the paying job. दिस इज अ वेरी जनरलाइज्ड आइडिया. जैसे हम बीएससी करते हैं, बीएससी के बाद मास्टर्स करेंगे, मास्टर्स के बाद पीएचडी करेंगे. सो हायर the degree, higher would be the paying scale, but then it depends upon your interest कि आप कौन से डिग्री कोर्स में जाना चाहते हो. Because I have had friends who have done BSc in infertility, but they are earning more than the master's students. So it depends upon your field of interest, but then higher is the degree, higher is the paying scale. This is how the general idea goes.
Okay, ma'am. Second question is for Sushil sir. Sir, can you please tell us the cutoff for government colleges who are taking NEET course?
See, it's like the government colleges usually accept, a score of 650 and above. So if you are aiming for a government college where the fee for MBBS is very low, and you don't want, the burden on your parents, so you really need to work hard. You need to score above 650 to get into, into a medical college, which is run by a government. And the benefit of, government-run college is that, you have professors, or you have lecturers, or you have tutors and doctors who have been working in that college for last 15-20 years. Because in private college, what happens, they keep on changing. After 2 years of experience, they go somewhere else. They start their own clinic, or they work for government. But in government colleges, you have nobody leaves government colleges, right? Nobody is going to leave a government job. So you have this benefit of experienced teachers in government colleges. You need to score above 650.
Okay, sir. Shivangi ma'am, next question is for you. Please, can you elaborate the career opportunities after doing embryology?
Embryology has a lot of career opportunities. Once you are done with embryology, then depends upon whether you want to stay in the pure field or whether you want to go into applied sciences. So after embryology, if you want to go stay into the same field, there are a lot of research opportunities. But after that, if you want to transition yourself into the applied science, applied field of embryology, you can definitely go into infertility. So embryology and infertility clinics always go hand in hand. बिकॉज अगर तुम लोगों को देख के पता चल रहा है दैट डेवलपिंग एम्ब्रियो में कोई प्रॉब्लम है एंड उसकी वजह से प्रेगनेंसी में कोई प्रॉब्लम है, सो बोथ ऑफ दीज फील्ड्स ऑलवेज गो हैंड इन हैंड टुगेदर. सो एम्ब्रियोलॉजी में फर्स्ट यू नीड टू डिसाइड वेदर यू वांट टू स्टे इन प्योर एंड or whether you want to transition into an applied field out of it.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much. Next question is for Sushil sir. Sir, if not MBBS, which other would you suggest for my kid in medicine, sir?
I would really appreciate if this question is from the kid itself, and I hope this question is not asked by the parent. And if the kid is asking, if not MBBS, what? Then I will ask the kid, if not MBBS, then what? Right? So the answer should be given by the kid himself, right? So if maybe he can sit and have a sitting with the counselor and decide. Because if I ask, I will answer what I love. Okay? And you shouldn't do things which I love. You should do things which you love. So if not MBBS, there are a lot of branches, lot of exciting areas to work, okay, and to have degree. But I feel, let's have 1-to-1 session someday, and then decide, and I can help you decide that thing. Okay, so I would like this should be answered in 1-to-1 session.
All right, sir. This question is for Shivangi ma'am. When students want to know about astrobiology, and is NEET is required for this course?
Astrobiology is a course which is currently budding. So there are very few colleges which are providing these courses. So if you want to go for astrobiology within India, there are very few colleges, but outside India, there are a lot of colleges. And all of us know that outside India, NEET ka value nahi hai itna. You don't require NEET. You don't require to clear NEET. So if you want to go for outside, first suggestion would be go outside if you want to pursue this course. And if you're going outside, you don't require NEET for it.
Okay, ma'am. This question is for Shivangi ma'am again. What is the highest degree which is required, which is there for neurology, ma'am?
Neurology के लिए the highest degree per se is postdoctorate. See, once you come into science, no, उसके बाद if you really love science, तो भूल जाना कि 10 साल, 15 साल, 20 साल. If you really love science, you can do 3-4 PhDs at one go. After PhD, you can do 3-4 postdocs at one go. So if you really love science, you don't ask such questions. अगर साइंस एक्चुअली में पसंद है ना, तो यू कैन स्टडी साइंस अप टू टिल योर रिटायरमेंट एज. बट मिनिमम अगर करना है तो मिनिमम के लिए पीएचडी इज समथिंग दैट आई वुड रेकमेंड. बट हाँ, अगर मास्टर्स के बाद छोड़ के सीधा जॉब करना चाहते हो तो भी ठीक है. फॉर एवरी स्टूडेंट मिनिमम मास्टर्स आई वुड रियली रेकमेंड. उसके बाद यू कैन डिसाइड वेदर यू वांट टू कंटिन्यू और नॉट.
Alright, ma'am. Sushil sir, next question is for you. So once we complete MBBS, what all other options we can pursue, sir? Or what all other higher degrees we can take, sir?
Now this is interesting because after MBBS, you see you get a degree. You get to write doctor. As you complete your MBBS, you get to write doctor again, against your name. So this is again, so things should not end there, because MBBS is a basic degree in medicines, and you are not specialized actually, because you're not specialized. So I would suggest, you should go for a master's degree, which can be MS or which can be MD. And one thing, there is Indian Institute of Sciences, Bangalore. Now this is one of the topmost institute in world. It comes in under 1 to 100 institute of world. When I say 1 to 100 institute of world, so it's really rated very high. They offer you research after MBBS. You can directly enroll for PhD program. So they offer this PhD program to MBBS students, to physiotherapists, or anybody who has got a 4 years of degree. Anybody who has got a 4 years of degree can directly get into research, can directly get into PhD. You can directly start working on corona. You can directly start working on HIV. You can directly start working on diabetes, and you are paid. Government pays you after 4 years of your MBBS. If you get into PhD, the government pays you around 45,000 to 48,000 a month, and it's going to increase because by the time you complete your MBBS, it might be 70,000 a month. Okay, one is research. Second is you can opt for masters or specialization. So if you're specialized, your earning capability increases with the degree which you add to your CV.
Okay, sir. Next question is for Shivangi ma'am. Ma'am, what is the requirement for taxonomy, ma'am?
Requirement for taxonomy is that it is a pure science. So for pure sciences, currently in India, there are very few colleges who are running taxonomy as a pure course. So in India, you will get colleges which are teaching zoology and botany as a pure science, within which taxonomy is one thing. So you would have to opt for either zoology or botany.
Okay, ma'am.
And then you can specialize it in it further.
Okay. Next question is, what to pursue to join Borderless Doctor team, ma'am? Sir, this is question, sir. Sushil, sir.
Can you repeat the question, ma'am?
What to pursue to join Borderless Doctor team?
To join what?
Borderless Doctor team.
Okay, I guess maybe your voice is breaking, ma'am. I'm not able to hear the complete this thing. Your voice is breaking.
What you pursue to join Borderless Doctor team?
Maybe I'm not getting. Ma'am, if you're hearing, if you can hear me, can you write this question in chat box?
Sure, sir. I'll do that, sir. We'll take the next question then. Yeah. Next question is, what are this is for Shivangi ma'am. Can we know about subgroups of biotechnology and genetic engineering?
biotechnology per se comes together, but then you have to decide into which field you want to go into. If you want to go into biotechnology with agriculture, you can go for the examples that I gave, like genetically modified foods and all, you can get into that. If you want to use biotechnology with healthcare, you can get into gene therapies and all. So biotechnology is like a major branch in which you have to decide the basic sector. You can also use biotechnology with pharmaceutical companies. So within biotechnology, you can find jobs in every sector. So you have to identify your sector of interest there. So if the student is really interested, they can directly come to me. I can counsel, I can ask them that which field, which sector are they interested, and I can guide accordingly.
Okay. Ma'am, and what about genetic engineering?
Genetic engineering can be done in two ways. Either it can be done through BSc, or it can also be done. There are courses, genetic engineering courses, which are also like BTech courses. So you need to decide whether you have to go through BSc or whether you have to go through B.Ed into genetic engineering. And once you are pursuing a science with either a BSc course or a BTech course, there is a vast difference between the two. So you need to first look into like whether you are interested in biological perspective of genetic, or whether you are interested into technical perspective of genetic. If you're interested into biological perspective of genetics, then go for BSc genetics. But if you're interested in technical perspective of genetic, then go for BSc BTech in genetics. So there are two ways. You have to read about it, you have to understand the differences, because there are a lot of differences between the two, whether you want to go through pure science or whether you want to go for the BTech science. So it is up to you to decide.
Okay. Next question is for Sushil sir. The student has decided, so this question is from Kashish Parekh of Vastapur Center. Student has decided that they want to pursue, they want to be a neurologist. So how many hours of studies they should do? How many hours required, sir? Sushil sir?
I'm so
Sushil sir?
Okay, I will repeat. I guess the question is like, I mean, it depends on the capability of a student, for example, and whether you want to do your degree from a government college or a private college, or from private college you want to get into NRI seat. For example, if you want to get into NRI seat and you want to pay some 1 crore for your MBBS, then you don't study, just clear your 12. But if you really want to get into, you want to be a good neurologist, okay, then your concept should be clear. More than hours of study. How do you study, and from where do you study, and who are guiding you is far more important. Because if you're being guided by a wrong person, so even 24 hours of study won't be enough, right? But if you're being guided by a good person, conceptual people and a good team, then I would say you will have time for studies, you will have time for extra activities, you will have time for sleeping. But on an average, you need to have at least 11 to 12 hours of studies. And but more importantly, who are guiding you is far more, is of prime importance. So select a good team, okay, who guides you.
Next question is from Hetvi Joshi.
Just a minute.
She wants to, yes sir.
मैम, आप वो एक क्वेश्चन था किसी बच्चे का, शायद आपको मैं सुना नहीं दिया था, अभी आपकी आवाज आ रही है मुझे अभी.
Okay, sir, question, I'll repeat. Question was, what to pursue to join borderless doctor team?
अच्छा, you borderless doctor. So what I perceive from this question is, he want to be a doctor where I guess the question must be like, he can work for any country, right? I guess this is how I
right.
I'm getting this question. See, if you
or we can ask directly from students. Drishti Rathi wants to ask this question. So okay. Leena ma'am, can you unmute Drishti Rathi so that she can ask this question directly?
Drishti, okay.
Drishti.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, dear Drishti. Can you repeat your question? What do what is the question?
Sir, I just wanted to ask that there are doctors which work in the Red Cross and everywhere. Like they are not limited to a country for serving. So what should we do to become a borderless doctor?
Okay, now this is a good question, and I'm a very selfless question, Drishti. I'm really proud of you. You have asked or raised, this question. See, you don't need to do anything extra. You need to, you need to have the same curriculum, same degrees. Okay, but just you need to when an opportunity arises, and if government chooses you, or if the Red Cross Society chooses you, or if UN, for example, UNO chooses you. Okay, so if you are, if you get selected by UNO, or Red Cross. So you don't need anything extra. You don't need any extra certificate for it. Okay, it will have the same kind of degree. You will need MBBS, or you will need a master's degree after MBBS. So you don't need any peculiar or other degree apart from MBBS. But I
Thank
would
you.
love to see you work for Red Cross one day.
Sir, this is for Shivangi ma'am. Hetvi Joshi wants to know what are the job opportunities for taxonomy, ma'am.
Job opportunities for taxonomy and the current scenario is in pharmaceutical companies. Patanjali is a leading pharmaceutical company. All of us know that, right? So Patanjali बहुत सारे taxonomists को hire कर रहा है for the identification of newer and newer species of the plants that could be used in herbs, that can be used as herbs. So taxonomists का वहाँ पर almost all pharmaceutical companies use करती है, but currently Patanjali is the biggest recruiter of taxonomists.
Okay, ma'am. Now this is a very basic question from Hetvi Joshi. That what is the difference between zoology and botany?
Zoology
This
is
is
a
for
science where
Shivangi
we
ma'am.
talk about animals and animal life. Botany is wherein you talk about plants. So zoology and botany, zoology is completely dedicated to animal science. Botany is a completely dedicated science for plants.
Okay. Next question is for Shivangi ma'am from Chitra Jogi. For embryology applied sciences, what branches of BSc should I go for?
Anytime you have to get into an applied science, you have to start with a pure science. Anytime, be it genetics also as an applied science, be it biotechnology also as an applied science. So you have to start with the pure science. So you have to do BSc in embryology only, but then you can identify the specialization in your masters. So in masters, you will get that opportunity whether you want to go for embryology pure, or whether you want to go for embryology in a research, or whether you want to go for embryology with respect to the assisted reproductive techniques. So in that particular case, you will get a choice in masters, but you have to do pure embryology in bachelor's.
Okay, ma'am. Next question is for Sushil sir. Sir, can you please tell us top colleges for medical and science in Gujarat, sir?
Actually, any government college is a good college. I would say, any government college is a good college, and so I would not like to I would not like to, rank them, but I would suggest, if you really want to get into, for example, if you are confused which college you should opt for, uh, opt for a college which is at least 10 to 15 years old. For private college, if any private college which is 10 to 15 year old, okay, so they will have a regulatory department. They will have good faculties, okay, and your experiments and labs will be set. But for a private college, something which has just come up, or which is 2 to 3 year old, I have seen students suffering like anything. So don't opt for a medical college which is less than 10 year old. One, and two, any government college is a good college. Okay, so don't go for ranking. Don't go for ranking. Okay, so better select any government college or any private college which is more than 15 years old.
Okay. Sir, do we have domicile in Gujarat, sir? Domicile quota?
Yeah, we have. For example, there are seats which are reserved for non-domiciles, and most of the seats, maximum seats, are reserved for domicile of Gujarat. And domicile of Gujarat has been actually, the definition of domicile of Gujarat has been is being changed since last 2 years. Okay, पहले लोग क्या करते थे, जैसे कि people from Kota, ओके, कोटा में पढ़ते थे, राजस्थान के स्टूडेंट्स होते थे और यहाँ के किसी डमी स्कूल में एडमिशन ले लेते थे यहाँ पे, एंड बिकॉज यहाँ के डमी स्कूल में एडमिशन लिया है तो वो डोमिसाइल यहाँ के हो जाते थे, 11th और 12th यहाँ से किया है, लेकिन अब वो चेंज हो गया है। अब इट हैज बीन चेंज, लाइक you should have your schooling from maybe from I guess 6th or 7th onwards. Your schooling should be from Gujarat, then you are counted as domicile of Gujarat. So maximum seats are reserved for domicile of Gujarat, and very few percentage of seats are reserved for non Gujaratis.
So sir, that means a CBSE student who is studying in Gujarat since their childhood, so they will be considered as Gujarat domicile, sir?
Yeah, he will be considered as domicile of Gujarat. Yeah.
All right, sir. Thank you so much. And next question is for Shivangi ma'am. Ma'am, to pursue career in biotechnology, do we need to take math? This question is from Hariti Soni.
See, if you have to have any applied science, if you want to make career in applied sciences, somewhere down the line maths तुम्हारा पीछे नहीं छोड़ने वाला है. Okay, and maths में भी you do not need algebra, you do not need वो बड़े things. The only thing in maths that you need is you should have basic statistics skills. Basic probability निकालना आना चाहिए, basic statistics आना चाहिए. अगर उतना आता है, then you can consider yourself as biostatistician. This is the basic maths that is required for biotechnology. Nothing fancy.
Okay. Ma'am, next question is also for you. Is it essential to do PhD to have career in academics?
Then it again depends upon where do you want your career to be. If you want to teach 11, 12 students, not necessary. If you want to teach up to BSc level students, then also PhD is not necessary. You need to clear national eligibility, national entrance test, CSIR NET exam. But if you want to teach higher classes like MSc, then you require a PhD. So PhD or a national entrance exam should be cleared.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for this valuable insight, ma'am. It was really a very informative session. And now I'll thank both the guests, Shivangi ma'am and Sushil sir, for this wonderful session. The students who have missed, there is one more question Jash Desai wants to ask. This is for Sushil sir. Sir, if a student have interest in both MBBS and applied sciences, so where should he or she, what should basically they pursue if they are confused?
I mean, you cannot have interest in botany and zoology at the same time. So if he's in, if you are in 12th, so better you be very clear in next 2 months. Whether you want to take transfer section of a plant or you want to cut an animal, right? Because when it's like you decide one and you take help. Okay. It can be said that, for example, if you want to get into applied sciences, there are certain applied sciences. For example, there is medical biotechnology, okay, which is related to medical field. Okay, there is medical biotechnology. There is BSc in brain science. Okay, NBRC, National Brain Research Center, Gurgaon. For example, they offer BSc and masters in brain research. So you can take those options. If you don't want to do MBBS, you can go for medical related field in BSc also. But if you want to say, I want to go to what you call Australia and USA, both are in the different corners of world. You cannot select both these at the same time. So you can say I'm interested in medical science. Then you can choose. Then you can think of MBBS or applied sciences which are related to medical science, right?
I would like to add to that one thing, ma'am. If you're really interested in both, then what you could do is you could complete your MBBS here and then move abroad, because in abroad there are no borders in education. India में ही borders हैं education के अंदर, that science लिया है तो commerce साथ में नहीं पढ़ सकते हो. Abroad में there are no borders in education. You can study music and science together also. All you need to do is you need to just complete basic credits that are required. That's it. So बहुत ज़्यादा इंटरेस्ट है तो इंडिया में MBBS करके go to abroad, complete credit course there and start working in applied sciences.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much. One more question is from Kushal Trivedi. Ma'am, can you please tell us some top pharma colleges of Gujarat?
There is LM Pharmacy Institute. LM is a really good institute, and LM का pay scale भी अच्छा है. I've known students from LM Institute who have done internships in Harvard. So Harvard वालों ने भी LM के students को internships के लिए बुलाया है. And I think pharmacy is such a tricky field that it is best to always choose the topmost institute. So I would suggest अगर गुजरात में हो तो LM से ही करो, and उसके अंदर entry could be a bit tricky, but try and achieve a score so that you can directly get into LM, because pharmacy is a very tricky field to get into. So अगर successful हो गए तो हो गए, अगर नहीं हो पाए तो there is a big question mark there. So if you want to go for pharmacy and from Gujarat, LM is something that I would suggest.
Okay. Sushil sir, student wants to ask if they want to pursue Unani medicine, if they want to pursue about Unani, they want to study about Unani medicine technique,
Yes.
or naturopathy. So what all colleges are there, sir?
I guess
And what is the procedure?
Which offer, for example, even in Gujarat we have some colleges, ma'am. For example, in SP University has got one college, paramedical college, and they have this course in Gujarat itself, and there are colleges in Delhi and Hyderabad. Okay, I guess I can get back with the list of these colleges. Okay, I don't have a specific college, but I know in Gujarat because I was what do you call called as called as to deliver a talk, and in paramedical college of this one which is associated with SP University, Sardar Patel University, they offer this course.
Okay, sir. And sir, not naturopathy?
Same, mostly.
Same. Okay. Done. Thank you so much. And still, if you have any query, we can arrange at Keystone your session, one-to-one session with Sushil sir. So you can contact me. My name is Nalini, or you can contact your batch mentor, who can arrange your session with either Sushil sir or Shivangi ma'am. We are looking forward for such query. And thank you so much for this wonderful session. Thank you both the speakers.